His plan was to go home to Mar-a-Lago, play 5,000 rounds of golf, phone into Trump TV every morning for 10 years, and then die on the toilet. That was his plan. I was excited to be mentioned. I don't know why I was excited to be mentioned, but I was definitely excited. You'll be here through the
for
whole
another re-election campaign. Yeah.
Have you gone down to the courthouse? Because I've been thinking about going down there. I had the weirdest dream last night. Remember that guy who used to host The Apprentice? I dreamed we elected him president. I have a question I've always wanted to ask somebody who went to the Met Gala.
Yeah.
Why would somebody go to the Met Gala? But as the evening went on and the results came in, every anchor looked like a child slowly realizing that no one was showing up to his birthday party.
Remember when politics was boring? Yeah, me neither. But let me tell you, as someone who's been glued to this Trump-Kimmel feud, it's like watching a heavyweight comedy bout where the punches are punchlines. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. I gotta admit, I've been cackling at Kimmel's jokes and cringing at Trump's comebacks. It's a wild ride, and I'm taking you along for every twist and turn. Wanna know what it's like to watch democracy turn into a comedy club? Stick around, because this video is your front row seat to the funniest political showdown of the year. Picture this. Trump shuffles into court, his face a storm cloud of grumpiness.
I had the weirdest dream last night. Remember that guy who used to host The Apprentice? I dreamed we elected him president. Wow, what the hell happened? The hats worked, those stupid hats. Those hats that looked like they were printed at a kiosk in the middle of a Westfield mall. I don't understand.
It's just the only thing is that was last Monday.
But wait, what's that? Jimmy Kimmel's sitting there grinning like a Cheshire cat with a giant bottle of Heinz ketchup on his lap. Yep, you heard that right, ketchup. In court. So what's Kimmel's game? Well, he's cooked up this wild plan to bring Trump ketchup during every court appearance. It's like he's packing a lunch for a kindergartner, except this kindergartner is facing some pretty grown-up charges. Now, you might be thinking, ketchup, really? But there's more to this condiment caper than meets the eye. Sure, we all know Trump loves his fast food, but Kimmel's not just poking fun at his diet. He's serving up a jumbo-sized portion of mockery with a side of political commentary. Remember that time Trump allegedly threw a ketchup-covered tantrum at the White House? Word on the street is he hurled a bottle at the wall when things didn't go his way. Talk about a sticky situation. Kimmel's not about to let that juicy tidbit slip away. He's squeezing every last drop of comedy out of it. Kimmel's reasoning? If Trump's gonna act like a child, might as well treat him like one. Ouch! That's gotta sting more than ketchup in a paper cut. But will this saucy plan actually work, or will it explode in Kimmel's face like a stepped-on ketchup packet? On one hand, Kimmel could become a regular fixture in Trump's legal saga, armed with his trusty bottle of Heinz. It's like a running gag, but with actual running to the courthouse. On the other hand, there's a chance the judge might not find it as amusing as the rest of us. Court rules usually frown on snacks, but hey, ketchup's a condiment, right? It's a loophole big enough to squeeze a tomato through.
But it's exciting because if you're here through 2028 at least, and I hope longer than that, you'll get to be here when Trump runs for president again. His plan was to go home to Mar-a-Lago, play 5,000 rounds of golf, phone into Trump TV every morning for 10 years, and then die on the toilet. That was his plan. It was a big surprise. I think it was even a big surprise to Donald Trump. Did you see his victory speech? He didn't want this. He wanted to win.
So how's Trump likely to react to this ketchup-based comedy assault? My guess, somewhere between utter confusion and ketchup bottle-throwing rage. Picture his face turning as red as that Heinz label, steam practically shooting out of his ears. It's enough to make you want to pass him some fries to go with all that ketchup. But hold on to your hamburgers, folks, because Kimmel's not stopping at condiments. This comedy feast is just getting started, and the main course is about to be served. Hold on to your orange jumpsuit, Trump. Kimmel's got reinforcements, and they're armed with more than just condiments.
To congratulate you. You actually got mentioned in the proceedings because there was some text.
I was excited to be mentioned. I don't know why I was excited to be mentioned, but I was definitely excited.
What happens when the kings of late night become the jesters of Cell Block D? It's time for the most bizarre talent show behind bars. And guess who's the guest of honor? Imagine a world where Trump's not just facing legal troubles, but he's stuck in the slammer with a bunch of late-night hosts. Talk about a captive audience. Kimmel's brought in the big guns. We're talking Colbert, Fallon, and the whole comedy crew. It's like the Legion of Dumb got an upgrade to the Legion of Laugh. Picture this, Stephen Colbert as Trump's cellmate, armed with an endless supply of political zingers. Hey Donnie, how's that best words thing working out for you now? Meanwhile, Jimmy Fallon's leading sing-alongs in the yard, probably with a catchy tune about Trump's hair care routine in prison. Orange is the new orange, doo-wah.
But as the evening went on and the results came in, almost every anchor looked like a child slowly realizing that no one was showing up to his birthday party. You'll be here through
for another re-election campaign. Yeah.
Have you gone down to the courthouse? Because I've been thinking about going down there. It doesn't compare to making so much fun of him at the White House Correspondents' Dinner that he actually ran for president. No. I have a question I've always wanted to ask somebody who went to the Met Gala.
Yeah.
Why would somebody go to the Met Gala?
But the real kicker? The prison talent show. It's like America's Got Talent, but with more orange jumpsuits and fewer golden buzzers. Colbert might bust out his famous Trump voice for a dramatic reading of the indictment. Fallon could do a tap dance routine called Kofi Shuffle. And Kimmel, he'd probably host the whole shebang, complete with a ketchup bottle microphone. Now, how would Trump handle being the butt of every joke? At first, he'd probably try to tweet about it, forgetting he doesn't have his phone anymore. Then he'd claim it was the biggest, most beautiful talent show ever, and that he won it despite not participating. But as the jokes keep coming, faster than his spray tan is fading, Trump might start to crack. Imagine him begging the warden for solitary confinement just to escape the nonstop roast. Please, I'll take anything, even a cell without a gold toilet. Yet there's more to this comedy assault than just making Trump squirm. It's like Kimmel and his late night pals are serving up laughter with a side of hard truth. They're using humor to shine a spotlight on some pretty serious stuff. Who knew giggles could be so thought-provoking? So here's the thing about Kimmel's Trump jokes. They're not just for laughs. Sure, we're all chuckling at the ketchup gags and prison roasts, but there's some real meat to this comedy sandwich. Kimmel's zingers are like little truth bombs, making us think about what we expect from our leaders. It's pretty wild when you realize a late-night host is doing a better job at holding politicians accountable than some actual politicians. Makes you wonder, right? Maybe we should be paying more attention to the comedians than the very stable geniuses in office. Speaking of stable geniuses, let's not forget Trump's claim about having the best words. Looks like those best words might be getting him into some best legal troubles. Who knew Cuff F could be so expensive?